cold winter's day in January 2025, let's take a visit at the Detroit Historical Museum in downtown Detroit, just off Woodward. As you enter, you see a old skyline photo. The Penobscot building on the right, one of the more famous structures in Detroit. This looks like it was in the 20s. And we're in the main hall as you enter. A giant flamingo next to the Penobscot building and the Ambassador Bridge. There's a swan boat, the Fox Theater, and the People Mover. One of the sponsors of the sports teams, the Red Wings and Pistons and Tigers, I believe, is the Little Caesars Pizza Company. That looks like a old Tiger Stadium neon sign from back in the day. There is the station WXYZ. How convenient is that? Some of the sports things here, Red Wings jersey, a Pistons jersey, and a big ball smiling. The most popular Detroit Old English D, the old style, on a Tigers jersey. The famous Bobs of Detroit, Bob Seger, of course, and the Boblo Island. There was a boat, ferry boat, that would take you to an amusement park called Boblo. A rarely open exhibit here at the museum is the Motor City Music one, but it's nice to see when it is open. Lots of neat things to see in here. Some of the icons of Detroit music. There's, of course, Aretha Franklin, probably the number one. Diana Ross and the Supremes. Bob Seger. If you turn on the radio, you don't take long before you hear. It wouldn't be long before you hear a Bob Seger song. I'm not really sure how Madonna ties into the Detroit area. I guess she may have been born here. Here's a neat poster from Ted Nugent, the Motor City Madman, at the Cobo Arena. Alice Cooper, another Detroit favorite. The piano. Another piano. And a nice piece of pottery there from the Grand Ballroom. Yep, Woodward is the famous avenue. Route 1 in Michigan. Smokey Robinson there. Iggy Pop, another icon. Stevie Wonder. One of my personal favorites. Living for the City is one of my favorite tunes. John Lee Hooker. Baker's Keyboard Lounge. James Cotton Blues Band with the MC5. Quite a combo there. Pittsburgh, USA. A lot of Motown music comes from there. Alright, we're going to visit the automotive section of the museum. Here's a nice 1952 Packard Pan American. Beautiful 50s styling. Very nice looking convertible here. Automotive showplace. Beautiful front end here. Some great artifacts alluding to the cruising that goes on in Detroit, Metro Detroit area. The Woodward Dream Cruise, of course, the most famous, worldwide known. cruise. Starts in the suburb section of Detroit, and Ferndale is the first spot, and then it travels through other sections until it finally gets to Pontiac, Michigan. Antique. Way back in the day. And as we come into the main room here, we find some machinery here. Fine looking car of the day. Basically bicycle tires and no roof, so you can't go out in the rain or snow. Here's this makeshift truck they fashioned. Here is the body drop exhibit on the Cadillac assembly line. I haven't seen this in operation, I don't think ever, because this sign has been up every time I visited here.
From 12 hours and 30 minutes to just 5 hours and 50 minutes per car. To witness how enduring that assembly line technology proved to be, take a look at the machine.
Beautiful neons here.
This is a body drop system from the mid-1980s.
Nice engine. Packard 369 straight 8. Nice model. 1/4 scale. 1932 Hudson. You can see that it's very crowded here today. Everybody's coming into the museum. It's popular. Good work there, sir. 2 Series diesel engine. Looking nice. If you're an engine fan of large trucks, this room that's right alongside Woodward Avenue will be of interest to you. Series 71 and 60 engines. Get your engine performance from Detroit. Alright, there's some kind of Lions display, which is very good timing since the Lions just finished the season at 15 wins and 2 losses. They're #1 seed in the playoffs. Nice older logo on a jacket. It's a scream, I tell you. We got life-size Aiden Hutchinson with last year's uniform. Maybe next year they can have this year's uniform on him. Interesting sculpture in there. Barry Sanders jersey, famous Lion. There's one of the cool Lions helmets back then in that era. Oh my goodness. Jack Fox jersey, one of the great punters in the NFL. I'm on St. Brown's uniform from last year. Nice ball with the Lions logo on it. More stuff from last year. Frank Ragnow wears the number 77, but this was what he got when he was drafted in 2018. And likewise, Aiden Hutchinson got a similar jersey when he was drafted here. Here's a nice logo. I guess we're going to have to hear screaming kids throughout the video. Get used to it. Come to think of it, at least that room was like that for, I believe it was the last visit I was here. Here's some alternate helmets. Old school Riddell helmet. Nice helmet that represents what they look like current year. Cool football. And some nice kid-size jerseys. Aiden Hutchinson. And these are this year's. Here's a view from above the assembly line. Arsenal of Democracy section. Different war artifacts from World War II. One of my favorite things in here is this model of a B-24 Liberator bomber. A lot of them were built at Willow Run, just outside Detroit. I'm not sure why we would have it facing, crashing into the ground, but I guess that's how it fit in there. Old M1 Sherman, or M4 rather, my bad. And this is rivets that would be used in the construction of a single B-24 bomber. And guess how many go into one? If you guessed that number, you're correct. And there were almost 8,600 built. Cool bomb, bro. Made in Detroit. The Skyline in 1961. Downtown being built. Nice advertisement for a Chrysler. You could have that for under $3,000. And the star of the show once again is the Penobscot building. Cool clock, bro.
They are still with us today.
The riot from 1967 is being discussed. That was a big thing in the late 60s. You probably can read about that. There's a scene of civil unrest during the riots. No vacancy at the Algiers Motel. Let's see what's see if you can read this. Pause your screen. Another great view of the Detroit skyline. 1975 as viewed from Windsor, Canada. The Meyer clock is always featured over here, and there it is. Interesting. We're going to head downstairs to a couple of my favorite exhibits down here. The Streets of Old Detroit. And there is a nice train display down here. Let's take a look at those things. The streets of Old Detroit from the 1900s back down to the 1870s and 1840s. It's quite a set of eras here. Alright, now we have the Brick Street here. There's some kind of a bar, brewery type establishment in here. The Kresge store, Five and Dime store, was very popular back in the day. You can get all kinds of cheap items, or the prices were cheap, I can say that much. Nice hydrant there. We have a wagon in there from the Detroit News. Let's take a look in here. And, you know, back in the day, kind of things to me were so bland. Things have been changed in here, but for the most part, you have all this classic, kitschy, cheap stuff that are known as stuff that piles up in a thrift store for years and years. But to give you an idea on prices, colanders, you can get 2 of them for 15 cents back then. Probably over $5 or $6 now. Here's a classic cash register. $3.30 worth of purchases. Here's how the front looks from the inside. And for some reason they're now trying to represent what a Kmart looked like. So that's new here. Strange. Kmart doesn't go that far back. Love the brick streets. There's a nice drugstore there. Grand Trunk passenger station. The kids are ready to go to the bar. Have a drink. Super busy today. Everyone's ready to go into the dime store. One of the coolest parts about this lower level, in my opinion. Bicycle store. I like the old street lamps of the day. We're now coming into where the cobblestones are, or actually wood. I'm sorry, these are logs. A log street. Here's a nice water fountain. Old toy store. Now, I know that I like to play with die-cast cars and slot cars and things like that, but this is what you had back then to play with. Not much. Of course, no electronic stuff, no electric, no wheels, really. Kind of bleak. Although that is kind of a nice looking house. You might have soldiers to play with as a youngster. Kind of a nice little horse and buggy there in die-cast metal. But not much in automobiles back in that time. Shoe store. (1870s) old fire apparatus. Take a closer look. I don't think I've ever gone in here before. Not too bad for how old this must be, but of course it's protected and kept out of the weather. Not that much light in here, so hopefully you can see whatever details you're making out. It does seem pretty durable. Let's take a peek inside the drugstore. Probably hardly any of this stuff worked. But at the time, you didn't have too many choices if you were not feeling well and wanted to try to get well. Maybe those materials that are in these containers are from back then. Holding up pretty good, I guess. Take your tablets by the pound. Cool mailbox, bro. Ma'am, that's a nice mailbox you got over there. Ma'am, ma'am. And my favorite part of this museum is the train layout. like they got different locomotives running right now. So that's good. It's new to me. Dale Earnhardt Jr. I don't know what railroad that would be. On to, oh, it's nighttime now. It looks like they moved the Union Pacific EMD up to the upper level of the tracks here, and it doesn't run until you press a button. I'm not sure which button that is yet. Nice Lehigh Valley GP9 in there. Nice passenger train with another Lionel GP9 on that. We've got a Lehigh Valley, if I can show it to you here. Nice. And above that is a Pennsylvania Center Cab locomotive with a porthole caboose. Very nice. Cool trolley bro. Day comes up so quickly here. Yeah, somebody got that going. Considered to be a circus train. Oh, here comes nighttime once again. Creeping around the mountain when she comes. There's the old Ferris wheel, the Uniroyal, that is a giant tire.
Oh, it's this one. It's this one. It's this one with the light on it. It's this one with the light on it. Let's stop.
The high cube car train is running with my favorite car, the Illinois Central Gulf. And we have our helper here today to try to make sure things work. Several trains that are not running. Let's see if he can attend to that. Yes, that train is running now. Pennsylvania GP7. Love that factory building there, made by Lion. Now look at the size of that. It's about 2 feet wide.
Not move. Who's Pepe? What is the game? Whoa! Audrey, you did Santa!
You did Santa?
Right here.
He's got to come just the light. Where is he?
He's right here.
Ah,
All the Eastern Road names there. Both of these
No,
trains
it's a statement.
have a fancy porthole caboose on them.
Oh no, we can't see Santa. Hey!
oh, that's the egg layer. Gift card. Right side, okay? There you go. Pour them right there. Here goes. Wait.
It takes a little while.
Yeah, it takes a while to get it. I think certain things have to stop.
Like those.
More over there. You haven't done those yet.
Working on the trains.
So we had a bunch of road workers.
They have a train ride. The third floor has really cool
Oh, look, here's the park toys. How about that? You don't want to see up there? Come here.
There's a bench right here, but you can sit on it. And see what it's saying.
Lennon, come here.
Flint Limited. Detroit local interurban. Grand River Avenue in Farmington. Street railway car. Detroit United lines.
You might get ready to move out. See him, the fire truck?
Hold on, if you have any.
Yeah, come up here and look. There's all these things up here you can't even see. Yeah, come up here and look. See it up there? See it coming? You see the camera? On the TV? It's gonna see us, right? So you gotta wave one thing and look at the camera. That's like the tree that's on. Crap. Wow. Oh, it's a push your hands.
Exhibit. So there were two previous model railroads before this one. And until about 51 years ago, the Clancy trains were running down Mr. Clancy's basement in Grosse Pointe Shores.
Okay, I do remember that from your interview. So it's been here since '97.
Well, this one's been here since '97.
And you helped set it
I
up.
helped build this.
That's cool.
We were able to open this railroad with 6 trains running on the Friday after Thanksgiving in 1987. And actually, the reason we ended up building this one is what happened to Clancy number 2. Clancy number 2 used to be at the far end of the next building, way over by the wall.
Okay.
There were 5 trains on that railroad. And unfortunately, that building, that railroad caught fire.
Oh, really?
August 15, 1996.
Oh, no, that's
So when the fire department arrived, their mission was to save the building. Was at least seriously damaged. However, we have fire survivors in the exhibit right now.
Amen to that, sister.
Now, if you watch that yellow one right next to that, watch the train. Well, this is the one railroad where we have 2 trains running. But watch the other one.
Oh, there's another one coming. Oh, I see it. I see it coming.
There's Santa Claus.
Wow.
One of our Santa Clauses is taking a big
That's funny.
But I know recently we had about 45. Yeah, that's our people train. Our 4-wheel train.
Did you ever visit the Van
1967, very busy. Kresge was the nation's 6th largest retail organization. Former Kresge headquarters. Beautiful building. Lunch counter at Kresge's back in the day. Familiar dime store dining. You know, they were worried about that way back then. 20 cents for strawberry tart. If you wanted watermelon, it was 15 cents. Take a look at the gift shop. We have pretzels with chocolate covering made by the local chip company, Better Made. Different plush figures of
No, but that's original.
Pistons and Red Wings players.
Yes.
All right, total is 67.58 when the light turns blue.
Tiger hats,
I did a double Midwestern.
Pistons,
But I said oops. Combined.
Stroh's beer used to be brewed here in Detroit. Now they only make ice cream.
Yep.
I'd rather have the ice cream. How about you? The old black baseball league.
They're still going to be the regular price.
Prices are low, but not that low.
Maybe sock. That's a coin purse. That's
Motor City, Ford is based here. So you'll see a lot of Ford items. We'll be visiting the Ford Museum. The Henry Ford is what it's called. In the next couple of weeks, that should be an interesting video. Tune in for that. Please like and subscribe for more similar content if you enjoy this video. Appreciate that very much.
Hey, how much y'all don't say? Look, you been downstairs?
Various potato chips available for you. Very popular this time of year. Going to the Super Bowl, we hope. Get your Lions gear. 125. Spending freely.
Yes, you can. I think it's once you complete eating the candy.
Because the first one was broke, so she didn't get the whistle thing.
No, I'm sorry.
Old department store Hudson's. Famous back in the day. And I hope you enjoyed this look at the Detroit Historical Museum. It's here on Woodward Avenue at Kirby Street, close to downtown Detroit.